Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. And before we get into this, did a video yesterday evening. Actually, I did two videos yesterday evening with my new lighting system. One of my Christmas presents from my very good lady wife. I've just kicked it as well. You saw the wobble. What it is, if I lift my glass, if I look and you can see there, see the ring in the glasses. Well, that's because I'm looking up at it. I've moved it up high. When I did them yesterday, I had the light behind the camera. And it was just dancing all over the glasses, and people said it was distracting. Now, as someone who does listen to his audience, does not want to antagonise, I listened to you and I changed how my setup was. Very Marx Brothers, isn't it? These are my principles, and if you don't like them, I have others. Because obviously, I don't want to alienate you lot. I want to take care of you. So instead of having the light there, me looking in to see you there, God, you're a handsome bunch. I've put the light up there, so I'm still getting better. Now, here's a little thing. Let me just show you before, an aside, to apologise, but I can play with this all day. Look, so you got this light, which is what's called the warm glow, or you have the flat day, or you have hostile white. That's not what they call it, but it's very garish, isn't it? I like that one. It makes me look healthy. That one, God, it makes me look like I've been in hospital a week. Anyway, there we go. Oh, look, I'm having them well again. Anyway, we're going to talk about hospitals in Scotland and the dirty pestilence that surrounds them. From pigeons in the water supply, to rats in a sack, to nurses' uniforms having little mouse nests in them, which I believe the term for a mouse nest is a shambles, which kind of sums up the SNP, really, doesn't it? But no matter where you turn, there are ants, there are bugs, there are cockroaches, there are all sorts of creepy, crawling things going through the wainscotings of all these hospitals. We've talked before, of course, about the pigeons getting into the water supply at the Queen Elizabeth. Talking of pigeons, just as an aside, I've mentioned this and other people may be aware, we're up to a dozen dead pigeons now in and around the house in the last couple of weeks. Often they've had their heads removed. So if anyone out there in YouTube land can answer me this, either if you're a pigeon expert or a hawk expert, perhaps, I don't know. I think it's hawks taking them. Are pigeon heads particularly nutritious? Who knows? We've had a couple sort of bang into a window and die and have been whole. One froze to death on the lawn. But yeah, most of them, boom, having their heads removed. It's very weird and very disturbing. But I don't know what's causing it. Just a dozen of them in the last couple of weeks. Like I say, it's weird. Anyway, so hospitals, all these things, all these creepy crawlies, all these things growing. Like I say, they found a nest of mice in a nurse's uniform and so forth. Well, they've spent £4.5 million trying to clean up this mess, the various health authorities, just in the last year. Now, I think part of the problem is going to be the cleaning people. Now, I am not denigrating, not in a million years am I denigrating the efficiency of the cleaning staff, far from it. I'm sure they work very hard, but I'm sure also that they're massively understaffed and under-resourced. And so the pressures against them are immense. And of course, when you've got that much pressure and so few staff, obviously things are going to get missed. It's not their fault. It's a systemic problem. It's a management problem. Management aren't putting in enough cleaning staff. That is part of what's going to happen. But there are also, of course, design flaws. This has been picked up before. We've talked about the design flaws, particularly in the queue at Queen Elizabeth, where things haven't been done to book, haven't been put into the spec, and they've got the wrong size of this and the wrong sort of that and that sort of thing. And this allows these, ingress of infection and things like that. Because, of course, all these things, be they cockroaches in the kitchen or whatever, a lot of them are disease-carrying. They are vectors, aren't they? And there's any sort of good virologist or embryologist, or not an embryologist, a virologist or a pandemologist, I don't know what you call it, infectologist. The word, I know what the word is, and it's just out of my mind. But anyway, as they all know, infection control, that sort of thing. Vectors are important. Kill the vector, kill the disease, And that's not what's happening. And so they're paying increasingly and incredibly high amounts of money to try and fix a problem that shouldn't exist in the first place. It should be a problem that is purely avoidable. So rather than paying to deal with the consequences, why not deal with the cause? It's a hospital after all. Don't treat the symptoms, treat the infection, and get it fixed. Find out where the problem begins and sort it out and do it. And of course, you got the money, do it. It's done. You're going to save money in the long term because you're not going to have to keep coming back and fixing it. But of course, nobody's going to do that. That would require time, effort, money, and skill. These are not things that naturally come to the SNP. They rather just sit there and think, well, we've got 18 months left. Let's just see how much we can screw out the top Scottish taxpayer before we go. Meanwhile, of course, people are actually going to die of some of these infections. Nobody wants to take ownership. And the one man who should, of course, is Neil Gray, the missing man. He's the McCafferty, isn't he? The cat that's never there. Well, he's never there anyway. He never goes to hospitals anymore. He hides. The only place he goes is on chauffeur-driven trips to football matches or cinema trips. He doesn't like talking to doctors and nurses or people. Locks his door, sits in the office, stimming all day. That's all he can do, hoping to God that he can last the duration and get out and get a pension out of it. And then what? He's never going to work, is he? Nobody's going to... When he's thrown out, when he loses his seat and has to go and become like a normal human being again, who's going to employ him? Previous job, Minister of Health. How did that work out for you? They just have to look around, don't they? Yeah, I'm not hiring you, mate. They're all the same. Anyway, thanks very much. Sorry that went on a bit, but, blah, 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 blather. But I did like to tell you about my new light and my pigeon problem. Everyone's got problems, haven't they? But not many people have got dead pigeons dropping from the sky. Honestly, it's like the Omen. You go out every morning, there's a dead pigeon. Or worse, not a dead pigeon on the floor, a dead pigeon on the roof of the conservatory, looking at you. If it's still got a head, right? Its little pigeon tongue hanging out like that. Little X's where the eyes used to be, And up above, on a harp, a little pigeon flying up with its angel wings. Why would pigeons need angel wings? Anyway, off it goes. Sit around. Thinking, oh, well, how was that one for you? It is. It's weird. Just waiting for my wife's head to turn around 360 degrees and for it to spew green pea soup, You can hear the eerie music. Anyway, thanks very much. Till next time, stay safe, stay well, and I will speak to you very much later. Bye.